Hello and welcome to my channel. This is season 2, episode 31. First thing as always, thank you to those of you that have subscribed to my channel. If you are new, names will go up over here. And thank you to those of you that have been following and supporting me on the forum. Recognition goes up over here. Now, I have no notifications, so I want to get straight into this video. So, I have actually managed to achieve my goal, 100. So, I am out of here. Bye. Okay, so my boss has told me that I have to continue these videos, and well, what can I say except I'm going to do exactly that. So perking up now. What's going to happen in this video is going to be a little Q&A, a bit of fun, something different. What's going to happen is whilst you're watching this, I'm going to be back at my home site playing at Red Alert. Fingers crossed, hopefully some good weather. Hopefully, we've had enough strange weather in the UK, and fingers crossed, hopefully you'll see that in my next video. Now, what I'm going to do is quickly mention this. If you haven't seen my video from last week, check that out. I sustained a, well, not an injury, but a bruise, a mark from a high FPS gun. I'm keeping a record of it, just for future experiences. If you can see it, right there, there's still a bit of yellowish, greenish bruising. Don't worry, it's not infected. But it's taken 2 weeks, and it doesn't hurt or anything, it's just noticing it. And yeah, what I'm going to say is this: I am not a pro expert in Airsoft. I still consider myself an average Joe, so I don't know the ins and outs of everything. Some people know technically how to disassemble a riff and put it back together. I will look into that. Some people are better in certain areas of Airsoft, whether it's technical, internal, externals, makes, manufacturers. But anyway, what's going to happen is we're going to move on to some questions. Some I thought of myself, some from other people, subscribers, or on the forum that mentioned these. So anyway, let's get into it. So we're going to start off with one from AngryBull. I'll put the questions in front of you so you can see them. So if you haven't seen AngryBull's channel, he's an Airsofter too. I'll put a link in the description down below. Check out his videos, really cool stuff. So if I had to choose a riff to use for the rest of my days, tough call. But I do actually have one, and I've had all week to think about this because it was actually a really good question. So I'd probably go with my AKS74U for a few reasons. One, when I purchased it, it was second hand, so it was cheap, thankfully. It came with a Picatinny rail, which I didn't expect. It came with 3 mid caps, and I bought 3 mid caps. Like I said before, they got confused with my other AK, so I used it for the AKS74U platform. So I have 6 in total, bunch of rigs, from cheap to a slightly bit more expensive, but again, keeping an AK and mid caps as well as the setup, easy enough, cheap enough. So I could use that for a woodland situation, I could use it for a CQB situation. I'll probably say there would be 2 main attachments, and I promise you this, because I'm trying to grow my channel and make it better. There are 2 attachments that I would like to get and put on my AK, as well as hopefully a few others. I would like to get a tracer unit suppressor, which will be great for CQB. So fingers crossed, hopefully I'll be going to some CQB games soon. And the other one would be a scope cam, because all good Airsoft channels have a scope cam, and it would be nice to try and put that into my videos, again, developing. And yeah, that would be my main riff choice if I had to get rid of them, which I'll never do. But if I had to choose one for the rest of my days, that would be the choice. So what's going to happen is, I'm going to mention this now, I am looking to expand the channel, obviously get more subscribers, try and do some more video work better. At the moment, I'm not trying to take this too seriously. I'm not trying to be the next Novrich, Jet Desert Fox, or any other famous Airsoft YouTuber, excluding infamous Airsofters. So I'm going to just try and do what I do best, learn, slowly develop, and make these videos better wherever I can. Now, recently, I've been adding in music as well as tally charts to show obviously what I can do. I'd like to invest in some better maybe equipment, so maybe a scope cam, a mic, maybe look at some software apps so I can make a better, I suppose, like you see in other YouTube channels, you know, you've got like the main riff that you're using, tally count there. Just in general, it's going to be a new learning experience for me, because when I started this channel, and I will admit, I didn't choose the best time, but again, I didn't know at the time COVID-19 would come around and cause problems for the entire planet. So I didn't choose the best time to start my channel. However, I just did it because I was bored. I've always wanted to do videos. Generally speaking, I think Airsoft was a good choice to start for me because I was getting into it and wanted to help other players. There are possibly other channels or videos that I'd like to do in the future, but I'm not going to go into that just yet. So something a little bit different, away from Airsoft. And I'd honestly say I started this off all by myself, using some apps on the iPhone that I'm using right now to shoot this video. My dad's laptop, which comes in handy because my other one isn't working at the moment. But again, it's given me a new insight into editing and respecting what I'm doing. Trying to make some good videos so you can enjoy them at least. I'd say, honestly, if you want to get into airsofting, do it. If you're looking to go down making YouTube videos, I'm not going to send you away saying, it's not for you, jog on. No, I'm not that type of person. If you do want to consider making airsoft videos, you've got to consider all the editing, the time, commitment. Now, some of you might actually have, how can I put it, experience with video editing anyway, straight off the bat. So if you look at some of the better YouTube channels straight away, they've got the video content, they've got the equipment, they've got everything pretty much ready to go. So don't feel under pressure like you need all that gear to start straight away. If you look at my channel, look at it. I'm going to be honest, most of my videos, and I'm not disappointed in them. I knew they could get better. And it's a learning experience, because from those videos, I still go back on them and look and go, how could I have done that better? Because it's a good reminder of where you started from and where you go to. So like, I've achieved my goal, so I've done something right. So slow and steady, I managed to achieve my target of 100. So I'm going to look at the next target, which I believe, if you add an extra 0 to 100, is when you get the next achievement award. So yeah, I'm definitely going to be buying more airsoft gear and hopefully some more equipment to make these videos better. But no, I'm just glad that you, the viewers and subscribers, are enjoying them. Yes, there are a few videos that have some thumbs down, but again, that's natural. You may not like it, that's fair enough. I can respect that. But if you're going to be vicious or malicious or any other sort of bad word that you can think of, yeah, it happens, but really, do you need to knock someone that badly? No. So I'm happy with thumbs ups. Obviously thumb downs are not the best, but as long as more thumbs up are better than thumbs down, then I am doing something right. So I'm going to quit babbling about that and get into some more questions now. But again, if you want to get into videos, simple answer is go for it. But again, consider what you buy and think about your goals. What are you trying to do with your channel? Because again, the hardest part is it's a competitive system on YouTube. Who are you trying to compete with? Other people? Yourself? Are you trying to be the next Novrich, like I said before? Are you trying to be someone like Jet the Desert Fox or any other YouTuber? Don't try and go down that pathway. Just do it for yourself. Enjoy it, have some fun, learn from it, and before you know it, you might find that it is for you. It may not be for you. That is up to you. But anyway, like I said, focus back onto the questions. So, let's look at another question, shall we? Okay. Now, I'm going to go with the worst situation that I've been in, or it's like anything, good experience, bad experience. So I'm going to be honest, one of the bad experiences was at a site called Absolute Airsoft, and I'm going to be honest, that is not my favourite site. I've heard there's been a lot of changes there, but I'm in no rush to go back. Like anything, had some good memories, had some bad memories, and yeah. So the bad experience I had at Absolute, how can I put it? I had the RPK, I had the drum mag, so it was quite bulky. It still is bulky. So I found a really good position, and I was shooting into this little village area, I believe. Basically, it was like a fallback game, and once you got killed, you had to fall back to the next area. I waited pretty much until the entire enemy team went around the corner and pretty much were ready to push into the next level, because they didn't clear us out properly. There was like 2-3 of us left from memory, and literally I wiped out a quarter to half the team with the drum mag. No joke. Some of them took their hits and walked back, and others just turned around and lit me up, and I was like, what was the point of that? If you've been shot, you know the simple rules. You go back to respawn. It's not going to take you long to come back, and then you can carry on the game. So that really did annoy me. And there were a lot of bad experiences at this site that annoyed me. But it was just the simple fact that I wiped out half a team with a drum mag, and only a few caught their hits whilst other people were shooting at me. Not cool. Now, one of the good experiences I had was actually at this bad site, and it was kind of good in a way actually, because I'm going to say this right now, Honey Badger made the camo ring, and fingers crossed hopefully I'll use that again, but with the weather and everything, it's just bad luck really at the moment. We took the camo ring to Absolute Airsoft, and Honey Badger completely covered me in like, what do you call it, leaves, foliage, and everyone, I'm not joking, on the enemy team, including my team, laughed at me. But I just ignored them, because I thought to myself, you're laughing now, well, let's see what happens once this game is over. And literally, I'm not joking, I blended in so well, and I managed to survive every fallback game without being detected, and literally we won the game in the end. So people started to stop laughing and started to realise, wow, this simple little device actually works. And what made it even better, a bit of salt in the wound, is the next week we went back, we did the same thing again, both of us, Honey Badger and me, and then we saw other people trying to copy the trend. So people were starting to grab leaves, foliage, shoving it in their tops wherever they could, and we were just like, oh, so it does work then. So that was a bad experience, good experience. Let's move on to the next question. Okay. What do I think of melee weapons in Airsoft? Honestly, I think they're great. It adds a little bit more of a variety into Airsoft. We can't use them at the moment, COVID-19 restrictions and everything, which sucks. So I've got a bunch of bayonets. I've got this in my other video. If you haven't seen it, check it out. I've got quite a collection of rubber knives, bayonets. I've got a machete, a rubber machete, and a rubber tomahawk. I can tell you straight away, I've had fun using my bayonets when given the chance. My tomahawk, I've only got one kill with it, but it was well worth it. Sneaky was there on the day, and this was before I was on my Airsoft channel, so I didn't have a camera or anything. I was just playing on the day. He witnessed this, I think, through his either SCAR or DMR at the time. I think it was a SCAR, because he had a very long range optic. But nevertheless, he saw me sneak around. I got up to a ghillie sniper. Literally, my AK didn't fire. It wasn't jammed, I think, but I just ran out of BBs, so I literally just dropped the AK, grabbed the tomahawk, ran at him. He picked out a pistol. He shot at me, but I turned sideways, dodged it, and tapped him in midair. That was pretty cool. So I couldn't believe it, just a bit of luck. Again, you always need luck in any sport or hobby. I got the ghillie sniper, and I was so impressed. I was like, right, we'll both call it. And he went, yeah. What annoyed me more than anything on that is I started to walk away. He was continuing to snipe, and I went back to him and I attacked him with the tomahawk, and I was like, no, we agreed both to go out, so let's go. Because I was not going to stand for that. And he was very upset and miserable about that. And, well, it's part of the game. That's the whole point of Airsoft. You're going to get shot out, you might get bayoneted out, you might get tomahawked, macheted, fragged out, smoked out. But again, rules are rules in any sport or hobby, so go along with it. So yeah, he wasn't very happy. But again, it was just a bit of fun. I mean, how often do you get to tomahawk someone or bayonet someone? Then I got my machete kills, and I'm not joking, I got 3 on one day. If you haven't seen it in my video, I believe it was the incursion video. Yes, it was the incursion video. Check it out. I've got 3, no joke, 3 machete kills on that day. Sadly, that site's closed now. And what was great about that is on the day I made some friends and I said, right, just pin here. So I literally ran across, tapped one, then ran and tapped another guy. He got me, but I was in midair, so I couldn't stop myself, and I nearly injured my head in the process, so that wasn't a pleasant experience. But no, he was cool. He was like, yeah, we'll both call it. And then I got another one, and that was when I got actually Cronky. I took him hostage and then slit his throat. Obviously, it was a rubber machete, otherwise he wouldn't still be around. But it just goes to show when you're having a bit of fun, why not go for it? So it can be done. You can use bayonets, you can use tomahawks, you can use machetes, you can use any rubber prop or instrument, as long as the site allows it. If you're not sure, always ask. That's the best policy. But recently with COVID-19, you hear it all the time. You're not allowed to bayonet or use any rubber items. So fingers crossed, hopefully, well, soon I can use those options again, because I do actually miss using them. That was always part of the fun. Right, let's move on to the next question. Let's see, what's the next one? Okay. Would I consider getting an M4? Oh my god. So yeah, as you probably noticed, my collection is pretty much a mixture of good and bad weapons. My collection is basically looking at malicious side. I like to be different and unique in my collection. Would I consider getting an M4? I don't know, to be honest. If I was renting, I'd have no problem with that, G36C, but the M4 renting, I'd have no problem with that. But do I need one in my collection? Do I want one in my collection? Not really, because every other player on the field has an M4. That's why I decided with my collection to be different, unique as much as possible. So that's why I like going with an AK. So whenever I go to a site, I really like the fact when there's like a 1 or 2 players that turn up with an AK, so I'm just like, yeah, you're cool in my books. Not to say that M4 players are not cool in my books, it's just, you see a lot of M4s, and after a while you're just like, okay, I want to see something different. So that's just me being me, okay? I have nothing against the M4, but I just can't see myself getting one in my collection. Leave it at that. What's next? Okay. What do I think of snipers? Oh god, this is a grey area. Again, this is just my own opinion and experience. Okay, what do I think of snipers? Snipers, don't be infamous like a certain player. I'm just going to put KM in front of you, so if you don't know who that is in the Airsoft community, well, you know who it is. Snipers can help the team, but they can also be rogue. Let's leave it at that. They can be a pretty rogue element. So some snipers like to go and hide and do their thing. That's natural of snipers. Got to watch your distance. If there's one thing I don't like specifically about snipers, and I think this is from Call of Duty, Battlefield, or any game, is they always tend to go for headshots. Not all the good snipers, I'm going to say this right now, do that, but there are a few people that think, I'm going to go for the head, when you've got a whole body to aim for. Just simple logic and courtesy. I think that's the most important part in Airsoft, is we're playing for fun, we're not playing to hurt each other, okay? We know when we sign up, whether we're renting or taking our own gear, we're going to get shot on the day, unless you're being bayoneted or tomahawked or machete. But anyway, snipers, they can help the game, but sometimes, and I've come across a few snipers at various games before, the channel and during the channel. There was one sniper at Red Alert that did a great job. I said to him, look, can you help me? There's one player there. If you shoot him, I will then try and run up there and secure a little foothold. And he did a great job. He listened, he picked off people, because again, I was giving him rough areas and where people were hiding. So that was one good sniper, but there have been a few snipers where I've been like, look, there's a sniper over there, or there's a few players over there. If you take them out, I can move up and you can carry on doing your own thing. And sometimes they would be ignoring me or being not rude, but just like arrogant to the point where they thought they were the bread and butter for the Airsoft community. Like, it didn't need to affect them. But unfortunately, when you sign up to play Airsoft, yes, we turned up to play a game, and there are two teams, generally speaking, and you're thinking to yourself, well, we're signed up, we may not know each other, but we're here to play together as a team, so we're going to try and work together. But if you're going to ignore or not help your team, well, what kind of player are you? That's the main way I look at it myself. So this one time a sniper, I pointed out two people that you could have definitely got, but he was busy trying to get someone else, and there were no snipers, as far as I know, in the vicinity, or DMRs, so it could have been easily a quick job for him, and then he could have carried on. And then after that, I was like, right, you're not a team player, so when you need our help, we won't come to your aid. And I know that sounds really bad being a team player, but unfortunately, you've got to be cruel to be kind sometimes. And he actually did get into trouble. We actually advanced quite a bit up the map, further than him. He got into trouble because he got pinned down and was asking for help. And we were just like, you had your chance, you blew it. This is what happens. This is the consequences of your choice. So what goes around, comes around. But no, snipers do play a certain role on the field. It just depends on that sniper's personality and what kind of player he is. But no, snipers do play an important part in Airsoft, but again, it just depends, because what I've noticed is sometimes there can be like quite a lot of snipers that turn up on the day, and well, you're going to need more than just snipers to win the day. That's why there's three categories. You've got AGs, you've got DMRs, and you've got snipers and anything else in between, but we all have to work together to try and win the game if we can. Simple as that. Okay, so what do I think of other Airsoft channels? Well, I always like to watch some of the best Airsoft channels. One particular one that I like to watch, in fact, actually there's two at the moment that I tend to watch more. I tend to watch Gun Gamers when they put some interesting videos out. Haven't seen much of their videos recently, been busy. Another channel that I really like, and I definitely want to get out to that site, fingers crossed soon when it is safer, I want to go to Swamp Sniper's Airsoft site, AFUK Airsoft. He runs some great events. I really want to go out there and experience that, because we don't get a lot of that in the UK at the moment. I might look into that myself at some point, but no, it's always good to look at some of the top videos so you can get some ideas, some inspiration. I think that's one of the most important things about channels is you're trying to inspire your subscribers in a way, or entertain them in a good way. Don't try and do the bad things in Airsoft. There's an infamous player out there that does that. Don't try and do that. Again, get away from bad examples, look for the good examples. Also, I'd have to say, what I like is the fact, whether on the forum, when a new channel starts, particularly for Airsoft, best thing you can do is actually introduce yourself and say, look, I've got a channel, and obviously blah, blah, blah. Hopefully you can give me some advice. So there has been a video recently on the forum. I'll put a link in the description down below. He's just started, and looks like he's got some good gear and everything, and hopefully he'll do well. There's a few other YouTubers that are on the forum, and I'm following them. I subscribe to them. And I think that's the most important part. Like anything, you're making connections in not just the YouTube community, but the Airsoft community. And if you establish yourself on the forum, you've got a good connection there with like-minded players and welcoming new players as well. So I'd probably say, if you start a channel, think about your audience. What are you trying to do? Are you trying to entertain, inspire, do all of that? Intellectual, whatever your channel may be. And that's not just for Airsoft, this is for whatever you do on your channel. Just remember your roots, stick to what you know, If you want to explore, go ahead. Just make sure you stay the good person that you are, okay? So I would honestly say, if my channel's inspiring, that's great. I've done what I've set out to do. Because there have been a few other channels, and I'm going to say this right now, there are a few YouTubers that I actually want to go and play at their site and hopefully encounter, which would be great. So fingers crossed, hopefully I will get the chance to travel a bit more and meet fellow like-minded Airsoft players, and yeah, hopefully you're a cool dude instead of a, well, bad person. We'll leave it at that. And, well, what can I say? I'll try and keep this video short as possible. I don't want to do too many questions, Q&A. But no, I'm just really happy, as you can tell by my face. So what I'm going to do now is put a clip in front of you. I'm going to put in a few clips now just to finish with. So this is me celebrating. You can tell by my face and my expression. Here's the clip.
Well, this calls for a celebration. I will.
But I'd prefer this face with this music. Hopefully you know which classic game this is from, and me celebrating. So yeah, just having a bit of fun again on this channel. Recently I purchased a rig, and fingers crossed for my SMG, it will be here within the next week or two. And I bought some extended mags for my VZ61, the twins. So hopefully I'll use them in the game today whilst you're watching this. So I'm really happy. I want to thank all the subscribers, the viewers that have made this possible for me achieving my first goal. My next goal is to get 1,000. Yeah, that's going to take a long time, but again, it's another goal worth going for. And again, I might get there, I might not, but I'm going to try. Most importantly, I try. Hopefully, you'll keep on enjoying this, and I can't wait to show you my next video. And that's it for this video. So like, comment, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to click the little bell icon so you know when the next video is. I enjoyed making this video. I look forward to making the next video. The most important thing you can do is stay safe. Okay, so before this video is over, I've got two important things. The first one is I'm going to be looking more at the social media aspect. I'm already on Discord, so I'll look at like Instagram, Twitter to try and help grow the channel. The second one, the most important thing of all, is this video is dedicated to my friend, my bro, Sparky. R.I.P.